Good evening, Navneet. Good evening, Danvin.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Children, get a new notebook. We are going to start another chapter parallelly. So take a new notebook, and this is the second chapter in the NCERT maths textbook. It's a second chapter, fractions and decimals. So please take a new notebook, write the name of the chapter, the date, and we'll get started.
1 minute, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Anirudh. Anirudh, what I was telling us, get a new notebook. We're going to start another chapter parallelly, and that is fractions and decimals, chapter 2, NCERT. Please get a new notebook.
And should we get a new notebook?
Yeah, a new notebook. Yes. Ready, children?
Ma'am, should we write it?
Yes.
Ma'am, last class, what did you teach, ma'am?
No, see, for that you need to use the recording and check, Anirudh. I've already shared the recording with you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, new chapter? Ma'am, can you say
No.
chapter?
No. We continued with the mensuration. Mensuration. It was not a new chapter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Children, please stop writing and listen to me. Children, please stop writing and listen to me.
Yes,
So the term,
Yes,
the term fraction, thank you, children. The term fraction is not new to you. You know that there are two types of fractions, proper fraction and improper fraction. Okay, so what is a proper fraction? A proper fraction represents a part of a whole. So like when we say 3 by 7, that means 3 parts out of 7 parts, out of 7 parts. So you're not getting one full. Now, supposing there's a chocolate, there's a chocolate and we divide that into 7 equal parts. 7 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So there's a chocolate like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we have divided this chocolate into 7 equal parts. And when I say that take 3/7 of this chocolate, if I tell you take 3/7 of this chocolate, that means you should take this portion. This is 3 out of 7 of the full chocolate. So it's a part of the whole, because the whole thing is this full thing. You're not getting the full thing. You are not getting the full thing. You're getting only a part of the full thing. You're getting 3 parts out of the total of 7 parts.
ma'am.
No doubts. I have not
Ma'am,
still finished. I have not still finished. No doubts now.
No, ma'am,
Anirudh?
I think your voice is hanging. I can't
Oh,
hear what are you saying, ma'am. It's like hanging, ma'am.
What about the others? Navneet and Danvin?
No, ma'am. No. It's not breaking for us.
Ma'am, it's breaking for me. I think, ma'am.
Danvin, is my voice reaching you clearly?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
So when we say 3 by 7, 3 by 7, so it represents 3 parts out of a total of 7 parts. That 7 parts is the whole thing. 7 parts is the whole thing. So 3 by 7 is a part. It represents a part of the whole. The fraction 3 by 7 represents a part of the whole thing. The whole thing is this full chocolate. But what is 3 by 7? It represents only this part of this whole thing. So when it's a proper fraction, it is not even 1. The value of a proper fraction is less than 1. The value of a proper fraction is less than 1 because you're not even getting one full thing. You're getting less than that. You're not getting one. You're not getting one whole. You're getting less than that. So the value of a proper fraction is always less than 1. Okay, I think we can improve that. The value, don't write. The value of a proper fraction is less than 1. Or you can say is always less than 1. Is always less than 1. So that's about a proper fraction. Let's take another example. Now, supposing we say a 15 by 20. Now your marks itself, your marks. When you say 15 out of 20, 20 is the full thing, but you have not got 20. You have got less than that, right? So you have not got the full thing. You've just got a part of the full thing. So your marks 15 by 20 itself is a proper fraction. 20 represents the maximum marks. And of that, you've got only 15. So your marks 15 out of 20 is an example of a proper fraction. So a proper fraction represents a part of a whole. a part of a whole. So since it represents only a part of the whole, its value will always be less than 1 because it is not the whole thing. It's less than that. So the value will always be less than 1. Now, what do we understand by that? What is this? The value of a proper fraction is always less than 1. I don't understand that. So let's understand that now. Now let's take this fraction itself, 15 by 20, and find its decimal expansion. Let's take the same thing, 15 by 20. Okay, and find its decimal representation. So 15 is the dividend, 20 is the divisor. The numerator will always come here. The numerator will always come here, meaning the numerator is always the dividend. The denominator is always the divisor. Always, always. The numerator is the dividend. The denominator is the divisor. Now let's start dividing. Okay, so this is 20, but we have only 15. So you have to see here, listen to the division very carefully, children. Listen very carefully. 20, see here, 20 ones are 20, but this is 20 zeros are 0. Because 20 ones are 20. Now I can't write 20 ones are 20 here. I can't write that because it's only 15. It's only 15. So it's not 20. So it is 20 zeros are. That's how we start the division. 20 zeros are 0. Now 15 is a remainder. 15 is a remainder. Keep a point. Keep a point, and you can add as many zeros as you want here, but bring this digit down. You know, after every time you subtract, at every stage you can bring one digit down. At every stage you can bring one digit down.
And can we put any amount of zeros?
Yeah, you can put any amount of zeros. Okay, 15,
Like
20, sorry, 20 outside. One second, children. Somebody's come home. Just a second. Yeah, thank you, children. Yeah, so 15, 20, I said 20 zeros are 0. 15 is a remainder. 15 is a remainder. Now we will have to bring a digit from here, but there is no digit. See, you want to bring down a digit, right? To continue the division, you want to bring down a digit, but there is no digit. So what should you do? Keep a point, and you can add as many zeros as you want. You can add as many zeros as you want. So because you place a point here, you should place the same decimal point here also. If you place a decimal point here, you should place the same decimal point here in the quotient also. Now bring the next digit down. 0. 0 comes down. 27 is a 140. 10 is a remainder. Bring the next 0 down. Bring the next 0 down. Now 25 is a 100. 0 is a remainder. 0 is a remainder. So which means the value of 15 by 20, the value of 15 by 20 is 0.75. Look at the value, 0.75. That means it's not 1. It's less than 1. The value is less than 1. It's just 0.75. It's not 1 because look at the whole number part, the integer part. Look at the integer part, it's 0. Meaning it's not 1, it's 0, 0.75. That's what we mean by saying the value of a proper fraction is always less than 1. Is this understood, children?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now, improper fraction. Improper fraction. An improper fraction. So what is it? What is a proper fraction? A proper fraction represents a part of a whole. The value of a proper fraction is always less than 1. Improper fraction. An improper fraction consists of a whole and a proper fraction. It consists of a whole and a proper fraction. Whole meaning there is something fully like 1, 2, 3 and some extra. So it consists of a whole and a proper fraction. and you can write an improper fraction as a mixed fraction. An improper fraction can be expressed as a mixed fraction. Now you know this example, and you can also recognize fractions like this. So in a proper fraction, you will see that the numerator is less than the denominator. In an improper fraction, you will see that the numerator is more than the denominator. You know all this. We're just recalling. Okay. So if you take this example 11 by 8, 11 by 8, this is an improper fraction. And how do you write it as a mixed fraction? How do you write 11 by 8 as a mixed fraction? So you need to divide. Okay, so 11 by 8. You need to divide. Always the numerator is the dividend. The denominator is the divisor. All right, so 8 ones are 8. 3 remains. So 11 by 8 is equal to 1, 3 by 8. Right, this quotient is the whole thing. 1.
Ma'am, should we put the, ma'am, you should put the 8 inside, ma'am. Ma'am, the last time you put, ma'am, last time you put 15 inside for numerator, but you're.
Yeah, numerator I put inside, right? Here also put the numerator inside.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, Avanish has joined with Avanish.
Yeah. Hi, yeah, my daughter told me. Hi, Avanish. That's a good idea. I did not, like realize that. Avanish, good that you came home. Yeah, this is better. I'm sorry, that didn't occur to me. Otherwise, even I would have suggested the same thing.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So 11 by 8 is an improper fraction and it can be written as 1, 3 by 8. This is the mixed fraction. Take a screenshot, all of you. Take a picture. I'm going to teach you something till 6 o'clock. Then I'll give you some time to complete all this in your book and then I'll resume the meeting. Take a picture. Done? I'll give you the instructions. Take a screenshot now.
Yes, ma'am. I took it. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah. This one. This is the next one. Take a picture.
Ma'am.
All right. Okay. So there are other kinds of fractions. We'll discuss this in the next class. There are other kinds of fractions like unit fractions, unit fraction, like fraction. You know all this. Like fraction, unlike fraction, unlike fractions. Sorry, unit fraction, like fractions, unlike fractions.
Ma'am, what is unit fraction, ma'am?
And then there is another concept called equivalent fractions. We'll see this in the next class. Just make a note of these terms. Unit fraction, like fractions, unlike fractions, equivalent fractions. We'll see all this in the next class. I can give you an example now. Now from the example, you tell me what a unit fraction is. 1 by 10, 1 by 32, 1 by 5, 1 by 89. What do you say? What do you say?
1 by any number, like 1 by any number.
Correct. Yeah. A fraction is said to be a unit fraction if its numerator is always 1. A fraction is a unit fraction if its numerator is 1. Like fractions, they'll have the same denominator. Like 7 by 9, 11 by 9, 23 by 9 are like fractions because they have the same denominator. Unlike fractions, you can say like anything. You can give, examples are many. So like 81 by 100, 19 by 25, 1 by 7 are unlike fractions because they don't have the same denominator. If fractions have the same denominator, if two or more fractions have the same denominator, they are called like fractions. If they don't have the same denominator, they're called unlike fractions. Equivalent fractions, again, it's a different concept. We'll see this in the next class. Take a picture.
Yes, ma'am, I took the screenshot.
All of you? Yeah. Now we're going to learn how to add and subtract fractions. We're going to learn how to add and subtract fractions. Now, tell me this one. How do we add this? How do we add this, children?
Ma'am, like normal numbers, but we should put 7 down. Because it's... Ma'am, add the numerator, ma'am. 18. And 22 by 7, ma'am. Add the numerator itself. Yeah.
Okay. So when the fractions are like fractions, that is, they have the same denominator. Okay, so you can write the common denominator like this and add the simply add the numerators. Simply add the numerators. And what is this equal to? 21 by 7. Now 7 ones are 7 threes are. So it is 3 by 1 or 3. Do you know this?
Yes.
Okay. How do you subtract like fractions? Or supposing you have 18 by 25 minus.
Subtract the numerator itself, ma'am.
Correct. 3 by 25. So how do you do this?
15 by 25. 18 minus 3, 15, and just put the denominator. And
Yeah,
just
right.
put the is equal to 15 by 25.
5 threes are 5 fives are. So 3 by 5.
3
Correct.
by 5.
Correct. Very good. So when fractions have the same denominator, they're called like fractions. When fractions have the same denominator, they're called like fractions. And it's very simple to add like fractions. Simply add the numerators or subtract the numerators, whatever the operation is. Add the numerators or subtract the numerators accordingly and write the same denominator. Don't add the denominators. Don't add 7 plus 7, 14, 25 plus 25, 15. Don't add the denominators. Add or subtract the numerators. Write the denominator as it is. Correct? Yeah. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot, children.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Took the screenshot.
Okay. Now here, see the solve 2 minus 3 by 5. Okay, solve 2 minus 3 by 5. So listen to me. Listen to me carefully. 2 means 2 by 1. 2 minus 3 by 5. No. Listen to me. 2 by 1 minus 3 by 5. Now they have different denominators. They have different denominators. So you should find the LCM of the denominators. 1 and 5. What is the LCM of 1 and 5?
5, ma'am.
5. The LCM of 1 and 5 is 5. The LCM of 1 and 5 is 5. Now what should you do? 2 by 1 minus 3 by 5. What you do? Now this denominator 1 should become 5 because the common denominator is now 5. The least common multiple, LCM, is 5. That means you want to bring the denominator of both the fractions to 5. See, that is, if the fractions are unlike, you must make them like and then add or subtract. That is the rule. If they are already like fractions, you can, that is if they already have the same denominator. If they are like fractions, that means if they already have the same denominator, straight away you can add or subtract the numerators. But if they have different denominators, that is if they are unlike, if the fractions are unlike, they have different denominators, you must first bring them to the same denominator. That is, unlike fractions must be made like fractions, and then you should add or subtract them. When the fractions are unlike, make them like fractions by using the concept of LCM. Use the LCM of the denominators, bring them to the same denominator, make them like fractions, and then you should add or subtract. So now the LCM is 5. So 1 will become, how will 1 become 5? 1 into 5. So do the same thing here, into 5. And 5 into 1 is 5. So into 1. So now it becomes 10 by 5 minus 3 by 5. Now see, we have made them like fractions. We have made them like fractions now. Using LCM, we have made them like fractions. Now you know what to do. 10 minus 3 by 5, which is equal to 7 by 5. And you know how to write it as a mixed fraction. Do you all understand this, children?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, we understand. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in my school, they taught this some morning only, ma'am.
Oh, very good.
Same, ma'am. Same, ma'am. Same, ma'am. NCERT some only, no, ma'am. In my school, they started fraction today only, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
Ma'am, even in our school, they started fraction today.
Done with, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. So the rest of the questions, you're going to do it correctly by yourself. Okay. I'll just do this again for you. I'll do this again for you. 2 means 2 by 1 minus 3 by 5. See, I want the presentation like this. 2 minus 3 by 5 is equal to 2 by 1 minus 3 by 5. Now, we have two fractions. We have to subtract them, but they are unlike. So you must first make them like fractions. How? Use the LCM. LCM of the denominators 1 and 5 is 5. Now write that whatever is there in the question, write that as it is. 1 should become 5. How? Into 5. So do the same thing in the numerator. Now this 5, it's already 5. So that means 5 into 1 is 5. So into 1 here. So it becomes 10 by 5 minus 3 by 5. Now these are like fractions. They have the same denominator. So unlike fractions, we made them like, and now we are going to subtract.
Ma'am, so 7 by 5, ma'am, answer.
Understand, children?
Ma'am, can you say how to make, ma'am, how to change them into mixed fraction? Can you explain that step alone?
Yeah, sure. So 7 by 5. 7 is always, the dividend. The numerator is the dividend. The denominator is the divisor. So 7 will always, this numerator will get inside here. 5 will come here. 5 ones are 5. 2 is the remainder. Write it like this. 1, 2 by 5. 1, 2 by 5. 1, 2 by 5. All right?
Ma'am, first the quotient, ma'am, and then the remainder, and then the divisor.
Okay, very good. I'll write it for you like that. So first the quotient, then the remainder, then the divisor. Very good. Quotient, remainder, divisor. Yeah, somebody wants to ask something?
Ma'am, no, ma'am, your voice is tracking again, ma'am. I think my network has some issue.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Anirudh. I'm so sorry. Okay, children, I first said you should do it by yourself, but now I'll just show you the answers because I want the perfect steps. Maybe after this, I'll give you a test. So take a screenshot, all of you. Take a picture.
Ma'am, of this question alone.
No. How can you take a screenshot of the question alone? I'm showing you the answer also, no?
No, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
No. This one. Don't take the question. This one only.
Okay, ma'am. Took ma'am.
All of you?
Yeah, ma'am.
All of you understand this step, children? Any doubt? This one, you understand what I said?
Yeah, ma'am.
Danvin?
Yes, ma'am.
Anirudh and, sorry, Avinish and Navneet? Do we understand this?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Why did I do into 5? Why not into 6?
Ma'am, because we want 5 there. Denominator, ma'am.
Yeah, we want
If we are doing the what if we do something with the denominator, we must do the same to the numerator, ma'am.
Correct.
So we are doing it to the numerator also, ma'am.
Correct. Because we have 1 here, we need to get 5. The LCM is 5. So 1 into 5 will give us 5. If you multiply the denominator by 5, you should do the same thing in the numerator. Here it's already 5. That means 5 into 1. Do the same thing in the numerator into 1. All the steps must be presented, children. All these steps are important. Don't skip any step.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, take a picture. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Next. This is the next one. So how do we find the LCM of 5 and 7, children? 5, 7. How do you find the LCM? Do you know this method? 5, 1, 7 as it is. 7, 1, 1. LCM is equal to 5 into 7, 35. Do you all know this method, children? Please answer me.
And somebody's calling. I'm wait for 1 minute.
Then when Navneet and Anirudh, do you know how to find the LCM of 2 numbers, 2 or more numbers?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, took a picture of this one. You must show the working. You must show the working of the LCM in the rough column. The working of the LCM, you must show it in the rough column. Now here, tell me, how do we find the LCM? 11, 15.
11.
What will be 3. You must use prime numbers only. You must use prime numbers only. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and so on. You must use only prime numbers. And you must come from the beginning. You should try to use 2. If this is not possible, then 3. If that is not possible, then 5. Not possible, 7. Like that. So here you can divide, 15 by 3. 2, it's not possible. At least one of the numbers should be divisible by the number which you're going to use here. Now 11, 15. Both of them are not divisible by 2. Then there's no point writing 2 or using 2. There's no point using 2. Because both the numbers are not divisible. 11 is not divisible by 2. 15 is also not divisible by 2. So don't take 2. Then try 3. Yes, 11 is not divisible by 3, but 15 is divisible by 3. So we can take 3. Now write this 11 as it is. 3 5s are 15. Next, you can use 5. If it's not divisible, write the number as it is. Now this is divisible, so 5 1s are 5. Now 11. 11 ones are, and write this 1 as it is. So the LCM will be equal to 3 into 5 into 11, which is equal to 165. Take a picture now, children. Take a screenshot now. Done, children?
Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Okay. So again, here, how do you find the LCM? LCM must be shown in the rough column. LCM must be shown in the rough column.
Okay, ma'am.
So the numbers are 10, 5, and 2. Tell me, what's the first number you will use? 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. What's the first number you will use? Is there any number divisible by 2?
No, ma'am. 10 is divisible, ma'am.
So 2
means
2 5s are 10.
5, 10 and 5, ma'am. 5. You must put 1.
If
Then
it's divisible,
then 5 1 then 5 again.
If it's divisible,
Ma'am, again 5, ma'am. We need to put 5 in the side. Yeah, 5, 1. That's all. And 5 2s are 10. So 2 into 5 is 10 years. The 10 is the LCM.
all right, children. I assume all of you have understood. Okay, take a picture now.
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am. This was
Take a picture now, children. Now this is a mixed fraction. How do you convert mixed fraction to an improper fraction? 2
by 1
3.
and 2 by 3, ma'am. And 2 by 1 and 2 by 3, ma'am. Ma'am, can I tell? 8 by 3, ma'am. First one 8 by 3. Second one 7 by 2.
Very good. 2
First
2
one
by 3.
Ma'am,
Okay,
this
so-
also you learned at school.
So 2 2 by 3. 2 2 by 3 is a mixed fraction. How do you convert this to an improper fraction? Multiply. 3 2s are 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 8 by 3. See, it's just like this. See here. 2 3s are 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 7 by 2. This denominator you should write as it is. 2 2 by 3. This denominator 3 will come as it is. Denominator 3 will come as it is. The numerator will be 3 to the 6 plus 2, 8. For example, 11, 3 by 7. The denominator 7 will come as it is. This denominator 7, that will be written as it is. The numerator will be 7 11s are 77 plus 3, 80. 80 by 7. Another one. Now, 9 4 by, say, 13. So the denominator 13 will come as it is. The denominator 13 here will be here as 13 as it, meaning the denominator 13 will be the denominator here also. The numerator 13 9s are 117 plus 4 plus 4 121. 121 by 13. Is that understood, children?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Take a picture.
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
need
I
to
already proposed that.
Take a, sorry, first you need to convert the mixed fractions to improper fractions and then take the LCM and find the sum. Convert the mixed fractions to improper fractions. See here, this one is 8 by 3. This one is 7 by 2. Then you must take the LCM and add. Take a picture. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Take a picture. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now you'll ask me like, why did you start a new chapter today? The answer to that is, last class we had only Navneet and on Saturday, right? Saturday, Anirudh couldn't attend the class, and also Danvin. Danvin was not well, you said. So only Navneet and Avanish had taken the class. Now, if you hadn't watched the recordings, you cannot follow the class today. Did you have time to watch the recording, Danvin? Saturday's recording?
Ma'am?
Did you have time to watch Saturday's recording?
No, ma'am. I'll watch by today, ma'am.
That is the reason why I started a new chapter. It's only for the sake of Danvin and Anirudh I started a new chapter because I knew you wouldn't have watched it. And if you didn't watch, if I teach you mensuration today, you cannot understand. And when children don't understand, I become so conscious that I will not be able to teach properly. See, when I'm teaching and when I'm teaching, disable your mic. See, as I'm explaining, when I can see children understanding, it motivates me. But when I'm explaining and I can see some blank faces, like it's so disappointing for me. And I just feel very uncomfortable going ahead teaching. So I was just worried if Danvin and Anirudh had time to watch the recording. So in case you haven't, then you will not understand mensuration. That's the reason why I thought, okay, let me start a new chapter so that I'll remind you today to watch the recording. So Danvin and Anirudh, did you watch the recording, Anirudh?
No, ma'am. They have given so many homework at the first day itself, ma'am. I thought I thought they were going to give some homework.
That's why. So this is the reason. Because we are only 4 in the class, and if 2 of them don't understand, that's why I thought, okay, fine. I just had a doubt, if you would have watched the recording. Because it's not easy to understand today's class. Mensuration, you cannot understand. Because we did quite a lot in the last class. It was for 2 hours, 15 minutes. We did quite a lot. So I was very sure Danvin and Anirudh wouldn't have watched the recording. And in that case, you cannot follow the class. So I thought, okay, let me start a new chapter. So Danvin and Anirudh, please watch the recording, Saturday's recording by tomorrow. By tomorrow, don't postpone. See, next class is on Saturday. Don't procrastinate till Saturday. Or if you have time today, watch it today itself. Or by tomorrow, you watch the recording so that you're ready for the next class. You have to watch the recording and write down the contents, of the recording in your notebook. It's not just watching. You need to watch and write down all that was taught in the last class in your notebook. So please finish it. All right. Will you do it, Danvin?
Yes, ma'am.
Anirudh, will you do it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Very good. All right. And thanks for the thumbs up, Anirudh. Thank you. All right. Now. Yeah. Did you take a picture of this one, children? All of you?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do this later. Yeah. Look at this one. In a magic square, see, that's the explanation of a magic square. In a magic square, the sum of the numbers in each row, in each column, and along the diagonal is the same. That is what that's when you call a square to be a magic square. Now this one is a 3 by 3 magic square. 3 by 3 magic square. This one is a 3 by 3 magic square. You can have 4 by 4 magic squares, 5 by 5, 2 by 2. So this one is this one can be a 3 by 3 magic square, but is it a magic square? You'll have to check. So how do you check that? You must find the sum of the numbers in all the 3 rows. The sum of the three numbers in all the 3 columns, and the sum of the numbers in the diagonals. What should you find? You must find the sum of all the fractions in the first row, sum of all the fractions in the second row, sum of all the fractions in the third row. Then you must find the sum of all the fractions in the first column, sum of all the fractions in the second column, sum of all the fractions in the third column.
Found it's a magic square.
Then you must find the sum of all the fractions along this diagonal and the sum of all the numbers along this diagonal. If in all the cases you have the same answer, then the square is a magic square.
Ma'am, it's a magic square. I found.
Okay. So this is how you should present your answer. See, it's easy to understand, but you should also make it easy to present it. Now, this question, if it happens in the exam, it may be for 3 or 4 marks. Okay. So you need to know how to present. Your teacher has reserved step marks. So you should know how to present the answer. So see here, sum of the fractions in the first row, sum of the fractions in the second row, sum of the fractions in the third row. Then sum of the fractions in the first column, sum of the fractions in the second column, sum of the fractions in the third column, sum of the fractions along one diagonal, sum of the fractions along the other diagonal. Everywhere you see that the answer is 15 by 11, 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 15 by 11. So what is the conclusion? As the sum of the fractions in each row, in each column, and along the diagonals is the same. The given square is a magic square. The given square is a magic square. Do we understand, children? Do we understand, children? Am I audible? Navneet, Anirudh, Avanish, Dhanvir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, take a screenshot of the question.
Ma'am, actually, I actually already took the screenshot before when you were doing it only started.
See, children, you don't have to explain. Just say done. Already took, still to take. Less talk, more work. Talk less, work more. Done, children? Taken a picture of the answer?
Done, ma'am.
Very good.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, wait, ma'am. I can't see it, ma'am. Ma'am, I can't see it, ma'am.
Oh, then you leave the meeting and join, Anirudh, if you can't see. Leave and join. I'll wait for you.
Ma'am, no, ma'am. When I was about to leave at the last second, I saw the dancing, ma'am. Yeah,
Taken?
ma'am.
Okay. How do you find the perimeter of a rectangle? How do you find the perimeter of a rectangle, children? What's the formula to find it?
2L plus B. 2L plus B, ma'am. 2L plus B.
Into, not 2L plus B, 2 into L plus B. 2 into L plus B. Correct. So it will be what? So 2 into what is the length? 12, 1 by 2, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
See, rectangular sheet, length is 12.5 centimeter and the breadth is 10, 2 by 3 centimeters. How do you find the perimeter? Perimeter is equal to 2 into L plus B. So 2 into 12.5 plus 10, 2 by 3. Now convert this to a improper fraction. 2 will come as it is. Denominator 2.
25 by 2. 25 by 2. Plus
Correct.
30. 32 by
denominator-
3 plus 32 by 3.
The denominator 2 will come as it is. Numerator will be 2 12 are 24 plus 1 25 plus the denominator 3.
And second one is 32 by 2.
The denominator 3 will come as it is. 10 3s are 30. That is 3 10s are 30 plus 2 32. Now add. What's the LCM of 2 and 3?
6.
6. So how will so you have what 25 2
25.
22
32
into what 6
into
what?
3.
So into 3 here.
Ma'am,
Into what?
25 into 3 into 2, ma'am. And here numerator also into 2.
Okay. So that's what you should do, children. See here. Can you see?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
See here. First convert the
Yeah, ma'am.
mixed fractions to improper fractions. Then find the LCM. Then this step. Then they become like fractions. They were unlike fractions. Now they have become like fractions after taking the LCM. And then all these steps, you know. Now look at this. Look at this. On adding, you get 139 by 6. So this is nothing but 2 into 139 by 6. 2 into 139 by 6. So now cancel. 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. See, when I'm typing, I cannot cancel. I cannot show the cancelling. You should cancel. You must cancel. 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. You understand, all of you? 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. Take a number from the numerator, another number from the denominator and cancel. So that's how you get 139 by 3. After cancelling, 2 1s are 2 3s are. 139 by 3, which is equal to, put it as a mixed fraction. So how do you get the mixed fraction? 3 and 139. 4s are 12. 1 is a remainder. 9 comes down. 3 6 are 18. 1 is a remainder. So 46 1 by 3. 46 1 by 3. Take a picture, children.
Okay.
Take a screenshot.
Done, ma'am.
All of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now see the figure alongside. You need to find
Ma'am, may I use the button for 1 minute?
yeah, sure. Come back. You need to find the perimeters of this triangle. And then this rectangle. And then you must comment which perimeter is greater. Yeah. So you need to find the area of the triangle ABE. Can you see the triangle ABE? ABE, triangle ABE. Okay, we need to find the perimeter of the triangle ABE. And then the perimeter of the rectangle BCDE. Find the perimeter of this rectangle. And then you must comment which one has a greater perimeter. Okay. Now, what is the perimeter of this triangle, children? What is the perimeter of this triangle?
12.
What is the perimeter of this triangle?
Ma'am, 15.
3 plus?
3 plus 4 plus 4.
That's 15, huh?
15. Yes, ma'am. 11. 11. Oh my God, what has happened to me? Sorry, 11.
Yeah. What about this? What's the perimeter of this triangle?
Ma'am, 24. Ma'am, I think I'm still 24. Ma'am, I think I'm still getting stuck in that perimeter of the square and that, like, ma'am. I'm getting stuck in square and that.
No, you understand this, Anirudh, how to find the perimeter of a figure? Simply add the sides.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I need to remember the formulas.
No, there's no formula here. Simply add the length of the three sides. 3 plus 4 plus 4. 6 plus 8 plus 10. Find the sum of all the three sides of the rectangle. That's the perimeter. What's the perimeter of this figure? What's the perimeter?
12.
Come on. You're in 7th standard.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, 2 into L plus B, which is, ma'am, 2 into 12 is 24, ma'am.
24. See, if this is 10, this is also 10. If this is 2, this is also 2. How will you find the perimeter? Find the sum of the lengths of all the sides. 10 plus 2 plus 10 plus 2. 10 plus 2, 12. 12 plus 10, 20.
10 plus 10, 20, 2 plus 2, 4, 24. Yeah,
10 plus 2, 12. 12 plus 10, 22. Plus 2, 24. Should find the...
Yeah, ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah, add the lengths of all the four sides. Or use the formula 2 into L plus B. 2 into L plus B, which is 2 into 10 plus 2, which is equal to 2 into
which is 2
12.
into 12, which is 24.
See, what is the formula 2 into L plus B? L plus B is 10 plus 2, right? You should double it.
Yes, ma'am.
Double it. That's what the formula is. See, now this is 10, this is 2. 10 plus 2. This is not the perimeter. You should double this answer. Because there's another 10 and 2 here. You should double this answer. That's the formula. 2 into L plus B. Okay, so this you can help yourself. So to find the perimeter of the triangle ABE, to find the perimeter of the triangle ABE, right? So the sides are AB, BE, and AE. ABE. The sides are AB, BE, and AE. So perimeter of the triangle, perimeter of triangle AB is equal to AB plus BE plus AE. Add the sides. Then there are some mixed fractions. Convert them to improper fractions. Then how do you add LCM? And you know all these steps. And for the rectangle, you should use the formula 2 into L plus B. So 2 into what is LCD? And B is this one, ED or DE. 2 into L. L is CD, length is CD, and breadth is DE. So what is the length here? This one, this is nothing but this one, BE, which is 2, 3 by 4. Opposite sides are equal, right? So this will be 2, 3 by 4. Opposite sides are equal. If this is 2, 3 by 4, this is also 2, 3 by 4. Yes or no, children? This one is 2, 3 by 4. So this one is also 2, 3 by 4, correct? Why no response? What's happening? Am I audible? Why no response, Navneet, Danvin and Anirudh?
Ma'am, your voice is actually slightly, like for us it's lagging kind of. Slightly.
Oh, Danvin?
No, ma'am, it didn't lag for me.
No, for us it's kind of lagging. Like a very
Okay.
little bit, but still we are not able to hear you. Okay,
Okay,
Ma'am,
guys.
for me it is very lagging. I
Ma'am,
like.
now we can hear you. Now we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
all right. I was telling you that this BE is 2, 3 by 4 centimeters. So the opposite side CD also will be 2, 3 by 4 centimeters, correct?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Yes,
The
ma'am.
breadth is 7 by 6. The breadth is given here, 7 by 6. Yeah, so you need to substitute and again add. And down here you have 2 into 47 by 12. 2 into 47 by 12. So 2 ones are 2 six are. 2 ones are 2 six are. So 47 by 6. And put it as a mixed fraction. Now the question is whose perimeter is greater? This one is 8. This one is 7. So this one is greater. See this the whole number part is 8. Here the whole number part is 8. Here the whole number part is 7. The whole number part is 8 here. But here the whole number part is 7. So which is greater? This one has a greater perimeter. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a picture, children.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
Ma'am,
to
on
the
the
screen.
Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Danvin, taken a picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now listen to this very carefully. Now the time is 6:15. So we have 1 hour more, 1 hour remaining. I'm going to end the meeting now. I have done my part. I'm going to end the meeting now. Now you are not going to budge from your place, all of you. You have the screenshots. All of you must complete your classwork. Take the pictures of your classwork and share it on WhatsApp with me before 7:30 today.
Okay, ma'am.
All of you are completing it right away. Right away.
Okay.
Anirudh, Danvin.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, please. Please use the screenshots and all that which you have taken. All the screenshots which you have taken. Write out the contents in your tuition notebook and your new notebook.
Okay, ma'am.
And take the pictures and
Ma'am,
share
what
on
is the
WhatsApp
new
with me.
notebook, ma'am?
Sorry?
Ma'am, what is the new notebook? What is the new notebook?
Maintain a new book for fractions and decimals. Don't use the same book. I told you, no, when we started the classes, maintain a different book for every chapter.
Ma'am, this class alone, I made a change for the.
Maintain one
For
book
this
per
class
chapter.
alone,
So for fractions and
for
decimals.
one chapter. Ma'am,
Yes.
for one chapter, one book, and this chapter, one book, but small note only.
Any book, whatever book you want to, whichever book. Yeah, long notebook,
But
some pages.
Ma'am,
The
yeah, ma'am, but
size,
you waste pages. So, okay, ma'am, one chapter, one book. Okay.
the size of the notebook, you can decide with your parents. Anything is fine. But you should maintain
But
it.
I wrote ma'am, but I
But you
wrote
should,
mensuration in the old notebook, ma'am. Is it okay?
okay. Okay, maybe that book alone you have 2 chapters in that book. That's all. Here afterwards you maintain a different book for every chapter.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so now this one in a new notebook, complete all the the contents of all the pictures you have taken today and share your classwork pictures on WhatsApp. You know what one student did? The screenshots he shared with me on WhatsApp. I don't want the screenshots on WhatsApp. I want your pictures from your classwork on WhatsApp. All right?
Okay.
Yes, children. All right, children. So that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. You may leave the call.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
And today
Thank you,
we
ma'am.
should. Thank you.